Okay, so let me give you the concept, very quickly give you the concept of cubic equations. So now our target is to solve some special types of cubic equations. Okay, so we will not solve all kind of cubic equations. We will consider cubic equations whose coefficients are the binomial coefficients along with some other coefficients. That means the general form that we will consider, general form of a cubic equation with binomial coefficients. Binomial coefficient means this one, this 3C0, 3C1, 3C2, 3C3. Okay, binomial coefficients is, so instead of taking any general cubic, we'll consider this type of cubic a0. So here the 1, the coefficient is 1, a0 x cube. So instead of just writing a1, we'll take 3a1 x square plus 3a2 x plus a3 equals to 0. See, the binomial coefficients are 1, 3, 3, 1. Right? You know 3C0 is 1, 3C1 is 3, 3C2 is 3, 3C3 is 1. So instead of taking just a0 x cube, a1 x square, a2 x plus a3, we will take a0, 3a1, 3a2 and a3. We will take in this form. This will be the general form that we will be considering. Okay, so this is what is called a general form of cubic equation with binomial coefficients. Now we will try to solve it. So you see, we don't have any general formula for solving a cubic. We'll try to generate a process for solving this kind of cubic equations which have binomial coefficients like this. This a0, a1, a2, a3 can be any numbers provided a0 is a non-zero number. Keep that in mind. We'll take help from transformation. So that means, let me find the equation whose roots are h less than the roots of this one or h more than the roots of this one, anyone. Okay, so let me write that down. Let us apply the transformation. I'll tell you why I am applying this transformation. So I want to apply a transformation that will reduce the roots of this equation by h. So let us apply the transformation. Y is equals to x minus h. That means what I am doing, I am reducing the roots by some quantity h. Okay. So let us apply. So what will this become? The value of x from here will be y plus h. So therefore a0 y plus h whole cube plus 3a1 y plus h whole square plus 3a2 y plus h plus a3 equals to 0. Let's open the brackets very carefully. So a0 y cube, right, was a cube. Okay, now let me write everything. So a cube plus b cube plus 3a square b. So a0 3a square b plus 3ab square. 3ab square. ab square. Apply the formula here. So 3a1 into a plus b whole square, that is y square plus 3a1 into h square plus 2ab. So 2 3s are 6a1 y h plus 3a2y plus 3a2h plus a3 equals to 0. So arrange in the decreasing powers of y. So a0 y cube, okay, then y square, no? So y square is here 3a0 h y square, here it is y square, and here I have y square 3a1. You can actually take 3 common if you want to. Y square plus, let's take y together. So how many y's are there? Here I can see a y. So 3 a naught h square y. Okay, y is here also, right? Y is here also, plus 6 a1 hy. Here is also y, plus 3 a2 y, and all the numbers together, let's take all the numbers together. So this is the constant, so a naught h cube plus, I can see some more numbers. Yeah, this is the numbers because it is independent of y. Okay, this is not a number, this is the number, this is the number. This equals to 0. So we just have a look once what I have done till now. Now what will I do? I want to eliminate this y square term from here. So we want to eliminate the second term. That means the term y square. We want to eliminate the second term. Therefore, to eliminate the second term, this quantity should be 0. So 3a naught h plus 3a1 must be equal to 0, and that means h will be equals to minus a1 by a naught. So if I choose this value of h, so what will be my transform equation? I'll just have to replace all the h here. So this will be replaced here, so this will become 0, that is for sure. And let's see what happens to other coefficients. Okay. If you want to eliminate this second term, I need this coefficient to be 0, and hence h will be equals to minus a1 by a naught. Good enough. So I'll be putting h equals to minus a1 by a naught here. Let's see what will happen. So let me write this part again. Okay. So in the last class I was not able to compute properly, so we'll do it now. So what I'll be doing now, I will write the last equation again. So what I had a0 y cube plus 3 times a naught h plus a1 y square. I'm just starting for the time being. 3 times a naught h square plus 2a1h plus a2y plus a naught h cube plus 3a1h square plus 3a2h plus a3 equals to 0. So to remove the second term, we are going to put h equals to minus a1 by a naught. So therefore what we get, a naught y cube, right, plus 3 times, so if, sorry, this will not be there, because if I am putting h equals to minus a1 by a naught, this term will become 0, and that was the reason I was putting a equals to minus a1 by a naught. Okay, this is not there, let's put here. So what will be this one? So this one will be a naught into h square. H square means this square, that is a1 square by a naught square. Okay, plus 2a1h, h is minus a1 by a naught, plus a2 times y, and the constant term, so a naught h cube, so minus cube is minus only, so minus a1 cube by a naught cube, so this bracket this time, right? Then 3a1 h square. H square is a1 square by a naught square plus 3a2h minus a1 by a naught plus a3. Okay. Now let us simplify this and let's see what are we getting. So this is a naught y cube. Okay. So 1 a naught is getting cancelled. So the LCM that I am getting is a naught. So 3 times the LCM is a naught. What I am getting in the numerator, a1 square minus 2a1 square plus a naught a2. So this a naught will go here and by a naught, okay, y plus, so here I'll remain with 2 a naughts. So LCM will be a naught square. So LCM is a naught square, right? Because this is getting cancelled. So here I'll remain with minus a1 cube plus 3 times a1 cube. So here a naught will come. So minus 3 a naught a1 a2 and there a naught square will come. So a naught square a3 equals to 0. So eventually what I am getting, a naught y cube plus 3 times this, what will be this, a naught a2 minus a1 square minus 2a1 square is a1 square plus, what am I getting here, 3a1 cube minus a1 cube is 2a1 cube. So 2a1 cube, right? Okay. Minus 3 a naught a1 a2 and then plus a naught square a3. Okay, so divided by a naught and divided by a naught square, this is equal to 0. This is equal to 0. So now just put this quantity as suppose h and put this quantity as suppose g. Okay. So what will this become then? So therefore I have a naught y cube plus 3h by a naught. Sorry, there should be a y square, no? A y there, right? Yes, there was a y. I forgot to copy. Y plus g by a naught square equals to 0. Equals to 0. I'll write what is h and g. So where h is this quantity, this one, a naught a2 minus a1 square, and g is this quantity, 2a1 cube minus 3 a naught a1 a2 plus a naught square a3. This quantity is g. So what I'll do now, I'll just divide by a naught here. So this will become a naught square and this will become a naught cube, right? So when I'm dividing by a naught, what I am getting y cube plus 3h by, it was a naught, it will become a naught square now, y plus g by, it was a naught square, it will become a naught cube equals to 0. So mind that this is the equation whose roots are h less than the original equation, right? So this is the equation whose roots are h. Instead of h, I will be saying whose roots are let me write it down. So this, so let me write one more line firstly. So the equation a naught y cube plus 3a1 y square plus 3a2 y plus a3 equals to 0 is reduced to 2y cube plus 3h by a naught square y plus g by a naught cube equals to 0, whose roots are reduced to 0, whose roots are h less than, so whose roots are diminished by h. What was the value of h? Minus a1 by a naught. So whose roots are diminished by this. So therefore, if alpha, beta, gamma be the roots of our original equation of, let me write down the whole original equation, a naught y cube plus 3a1 y square plus 3a2y plus a3 equals to 0. If alpha, beta, gamma be the roots of the original equation, therefore the roots of this equation, y cube plus 3h by a naught square y plus g by a naught cube equals to 0 are, so they are h less, that means alpha minus h is this, so plus a1 by a naught, beta plus a1 by a naught, and gamma plus a1 by a naught. So my point is this, because if I assume alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of this equation, then I know the roots of this equation are h less than the roots of this equation. Now h is nothing but minus a1 by a naught, so that means alpha minus h, so that will become alpha plus a1 by a naught, and so on for the other roots. So the simple point is, if I know the roots of this one, I can find the roots of this one. So solving this is enough to solve this. Okay, so solving this will be much more easier. But we are still not satisfied. We'll again simplify this more. So now I will find the equation whose roots are a naught times this roots. Remember the transformation of multiplication, that I want the roots to be multiplied by some number. So what we do, so let me write it down. So multiplying the roots of this equation by a naught the transformed equation becomes, so remember my point, remember this transformation of multiplication, multiplying by some number. So the first coefficient gets multiplied with 1, right? The term containing y square, which is the next one in the list, will be multiplied by a naught. The third one will be multiplied by a naught square, and the fourth one will be multiplied by a naught cube. So this is the rule. You have to successively multiply the coefficients by 1, a naught square, a naught cube, and so on. So y cube will be multiplied by 1, y square is not there, it will be multiplied by a naught, y will be multiplied by a naught square, so that will cancel, and this I will not write a y this time, I will be taking z, okay, just like that. So this will become z, and this will become g. So this, I'll just set it here, becomes z cube plus 3hz plus g equals to 0. So I am multiplying, and the roots of this equation is, so I'm multiplying the roots by a naught. So multiply here a naught. So this will become a naught alpha plus a1, because alpha a naught will get cancelled here. So the roots of this equation are alpha a naught alpha plus a1, a naught beta plus a1, and a naught gamma plus a1. So the final thing is, any cubic equation with binomial coefficients can be reduced to this form. And this form will be called as the standard form of a cubic. And if I know the roots of this equation, I can actually get the roots of the original equation, right? First dividing by a naught and then subtracting a1 by a naught. So as simple as that. So this is the reason we call this as the standard form. Any cubic equation with binomial coefficients can be reduced to this form, and hence we will only use methods to solve this kind of cubic equation. Okay, so this is our aim now. Now we will only solve cubic equation of this form. If this form is not given, we know by using this transformation, I can get this cubic. I can reduce the original cubic to the standard form. So this is known as the standard form of a cubic equation. So any cubic with binomial coefficients can be reduced to z cube plus 3hz plus g equals to 0 by using the transformation So what is the transformation I'll be using? Z equals to a1, no, it was a naught, no? What was the transformation? A naught is a naught or x equals to, using the transformation. No, I was correct only. Z equals to a naught x plus a1. You know what is a naught and a1? Right, in the standard form. So, and this form, the form z cube plus 3hz plus g equals to 0 is called the standard form of the cubic equation. The standard form of the cubic equation. This. (3a1 x square 3a2 x plus a3 equals to 0). So give me any cubic, you give me any cubic, I can reduce this to this form. Okay, by using this suitable transformation where a naught and a1 have the usual meanings. This is a naught and this is a1. Let me give you an example of reducing a cubic to standard form. So suppose the question is reduce. So understand my point. Whenever you have to solve a cubic, you first reduce this to standard form. So reduce the cubic. So this time I am not solving it because I haven't taught you any method to solve now. But I'm just asking you to reduce in the standard form. So reduce the cubic 3x cube plus 6x squared plus 5x plus 7 to the standard form. Okay, we want to reduce this cubic to the standard form. So how will you start? Apply this transform. Okay, so here what you if I compare with the standard form, what is a naught? A naught is 3. What is a1? So compare this way. 3a1 equals to 6. So a1 will be equal to 2, not 6. A1 is not 6 because the coefficients are binomial here. So 3a1 equals to 6. So a1 is 2. I am not interested in these other coefficients for the time being. So therefore, putting z equals to a naught x plus a1, as already said here. So or x equals to, from here x is what? Z minus 2 over 3. X equals to z minus 2 over 3. Okay. So putting this, we get the standard form. So let's put here x equals to z minus 2 by 3 whole cube 6 okay. So our task is to solve this or simplify this. So this will become, in the numerator it will become a minus b whole cube. So let me apply the formula for a minus b whole cube. A cube minus b cube, right? And then minus 3ab 6z into a minus b, and divided by, this will be divided by 3 cube is 27. So this 3 will get cancelled with 27, and here I'll be remaining with 9. Here a minus b whole square, a square minus 2ab plus b square divided by, so this will become 9. So 6 by 9. So if I get cancelled, here I will remain with 3, no? And here I will remain with 2. And plus 5z minus 10 by 3 plus 7 equals to 0. Just take LCMs and all and try to simplify this. Just do this one, complete the sum. So that is your task to do. After simplifying, you will get something like this. Remember, z square term should not be there because the standard form does not contain the z square term. So that means if you are getting it, you are doing something wrong. So you should get z cube plus 3z plus 49 equals to 0.
Sir, I got z cube plus 3z plus 69.
I hope you should get 49. Just check it once, Gaurav, okay? I should get 49, just check it once. So this is the standard form of the cubic equation. So the basic funda is, if you have to solve any cubic, with binomial coefficients, you first have to reduce this into the standard form. Once you have reduced this into the standard form, you can again get back the roots of the original equation using this transformation. Okay, suppose some root is alpha here, then from here x will be alpha minus 2 by 3. So the basic task now is to how to solve the standard form of a cubic equation. So we are interested in the general solution or a method to solve a cubic in the standard form. So general solution of a cubic, which is known as Cardan's method. Okay, so what we'll be doing is something called as Cardan's method. So Cardan's method will give us a way how to solve a a cubic equation in the standard form. So let the cubic equation be this one, z cube plus 3hz plus g is equals to 0. I know any cubic can be reduced to this form. So to apply the Cardan's method, you have to first reduce the given equation. You have to first reduce the given equation in the standard form. Then only you can use the Cardan's method, because Cardan gave a way to solve this cubic. So if you are starting with any cubic, first reduce to this standard form and then apply the Cardan's method. So what is the Cardan's method? It is very simple. To solve this, assume z equals to u plus v. So what Cardan said, to solve this equation, you start with writing z as u plus v. U and v are some numbers. So basically we are putting z equals to u plus v here. Okay, we are putting z equals to u plus v here. So what will be z cube? Therefore z cube will be u plus v whole cube. What is that? U cube plus v cube plus 3uv in bracket u plus v, or what is z cube? It is u cube plus v cube plus 3uv, and this is again z. So Cardan said, you put z equals to u plus v, and then find the value of z cube. The value of z cube will be u cube plus v cube plus 3uv z. Put in the original equation. So therefore what am I getting? Z cube, that means this, right? Okay, hold on, not like that, sorry. So what I'll do, or let's shift everything to the left hand side. So z cube minus 3uvz, right, minus u cube plus v cube equals to 0. So what are we doing? We are putting z equals to u plus v. We are determining z cube. Z cube is coming something like this, right? And shifting things to the left hand side. So z cube minus 3uvz minus u cube plus v cube equals to 0. So this is same as this, right? So comparing this with z cube plus 3hz plus g is equals to 0, we get, so what are we getting if I compare? So I am comparing the coefficient of z with the coefficient of z. So coefficient of z with the coefficient of z. So 3 and 3 getting cancelled and minus will go that side. So I am comparing u into v is minus z, right? And u cube plus v cube is equals to minus g. So this is the values of u cube plus v cube I am getting, and u into v I am getting. So after this, what to do? We have to find the values of u and v. Remember my point, because to find z, we are supposed to find u plus v. To find z, we are supposed to find u plus v. So u plus v, that means you have to find u and you have to find v. So using these two equations, my target is to find u and v. Think one thing, that when a into b is known to you and a plus b is known to you, how do you find a and b? Any idea? So what technique we know here, if a into b is known and a plus b is known, we find a minus b whole square using this way, a plus b whole square minus 4ab. That means what we do, a plus b is known. With the help of this and this, I will be finding a minus b, because a minus b whole square is this square minus 4 this times. So a minus b will be square root of this. Once a plus b is known and a minus b is known, you can simply solve this simultaneously. I'll apply the same technique here. U cube plus v cube is known. My target is to find u cube minus v cube. Just like a plus b is known, I will find a minus b. So what will be this? Therefore, u cube minus v cube will be equal, whole square will be equal to u cube plus v cube whole square minus 4 u cube v cube. That means u v whole cube. Exact whole square, not cube. No, okay, alright, right? So a minus b whole square is a plus b whole square minus 4ab, u cube v cube. That is u cube minus v cube whole square is u cube plus v cube whole square minus 4 u cube v cube, that is uv whole cube. What is this? This is minus g square. Minus g square is same as adding g square. And this is, sorry, this is not minus z. I made a mistake, no? This will be minus h, not z. Why z? I am comparing this, so 3 and 3 getting cancelled. uv is coming as minus h. So minus 4 uv whole cube. Minus h whole cube is minus h cube, that means plus h cube. So what is u cube minus v cube? Therefore u cube minus v cube is root over of g square plus 4h cube. Okay. So remember this, yes, plus or minus, no? Plus or minus, yes. So using this and using this, u cube plus v cube and u cube minus v cube, if I solve them simultaneously, u cube and v cube can be known, and hence u and v can be obtained. We will do in the sums, the same technique I will be using. So using this and using this, I can get the values of u cube and v cube just by adding and subtracting. And once the values of u and v are known to us, or the values of u cube and v cube are known to us, we can find the values of u and v. And once u and v is known to us, we can get the values of z. Z is u plus v. So this method is known as Cardan's method. So what is the Cardan's method? You put z equals to u plus v, evaluate z cubes, bring in the, compare with the standard form, and solve this way. So this is how you solve a general cubic. So first you reduce the general cubic to the standard form, okay? Then apply the Cardan's method to solve it. So in the next class, I'll be doing with sums based on Cardan's method.